How does the car even get like this? When was it washed? Oh my God, how do you wash this? You guys wanted a dirty car? We got your dirty car. Today we have this black Acura in the shop, and how our video guy said, it has no tints, it has a tint of sap all over it. So there's leaves, filth. I mean, how does this even come off? Like, all of this is just completely stuck on there. Luckily for me, I have a brand new tool that's going to help me tackle all this filth, grime, and tree sap. Alex, toss it to me. We'll be introducing you guys to our brand new Snubby. This Snubby attaches to any pressure washer. It comes with its attachments. You could attach it. It's going to allow you to maneuver your pressure washer on, so you won't be banging up into like headlights, into chrome, into glass. Guys, let me just set this up, and then I'll show you guys how to use it when I start washing this car. Let's get right into it. First, get the quick release coupler and attach it at the top of the Snubby. Then it is time to choose the right fitting for your pressure washer. For a quick release, get the quick release connector and attach at the bottom of the swivel. For other pressure washers, get the twist and plug connector and attach it at the bottom of the Snubby. If you're ahead of the detailing game and already purchased a ProFlow PM2000, go ahead and grab the rapid release hose connect that comes with the ProFlow and attach it at the bottom of the Snubby. Once your connector has been adjusted to your Snubby, go ahead and grab your hose and attach it at the bottom. Now that the connector is all set, make sure to go ahead and turn on the water, then turn on your pressure washer. Then grab your pressure washer tips and attach it to the quick release coupler, and make sure to point away from the surface of the vehicle to make sure the pressure washer tip is fully inserted, and then you're on your way to detail your ride. Okay, so I already set up my Snubby. As you guys can see, it is completely compact. It has a quick release fitting right here that's going to allow you to attach your pressure washer tips. Simply slap it on, and then once you hear the click, you're good to go. It has a cool Chemical Guys logo in the back, but one of my favorite things, we added a swivel. So you're gonna have a 360 swivel that's going to allow you to swivel around your Snubby, so whenever you're using it, your hose will never get tangled up. Another cool thing, it also has a safety lock right here at the bottom, so whenever you store it away or you lay it down, it won't be splashing all over the place. But I'm super excited to use this, but before we get into the rinse process and foaming process, we need to set up our 2-bucket method. So come down here with me. Right here, we have a foam cannon that can be used with a Snubby, and then the choice of soap today is going to be citrus washing gloss. Now, you guys have seen this car behind me. It has a thick layer of sap on it, and I need something that's going to be like hyper concentrated to foam it up, to clean it up, so I need the power of citrus. So that's why I'm going with citrus washing gloss. If you guys look on the side, it actually splits. That's because this is one of our most concentrated formula. Now you guys might ask me, why do I not use like clean slate? I could use clean slate, but this is going to have a much heavier cleaning process as well as thicker suds. So anytime you use citrus washing gloss, just shake up the bottle. One of my favorite things about it, like I mentioned, it has citrus in it, and it's safe all around your car as long as it is shiny. So if you do have a matte car, use meticulous matte. But in this occasion, this car, I need something that's going to be super strong. Then the choice of washment I'm using today is going to be the Chenille washment. The Chenille washment is going to help me scrub the surface, you know, side to side, up and down, remove all the filth and grime. And one of my favorite parts is going to be the foam cannon. Now, the foam cannon is going to be a huge help in this step, because the foam cannon is going to help me lather up the surface of the vehicle. If you do have a car that you have not washed in ages, I recommend using a foam cannon or a foam blaster so you could tackle the filth and grime that's sitting on a car like this. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3. So pro tip for you guys. If you do have a super dirty car like this and you want to strip everything off, I recommend using 3 ounces. I recommend using 3 ounces or more. Stir it. And if you want something, you're just going to maintain it, maintain your ceramic coatings, maintain your waxes, your glazes, your sealing, any type of protectant, use anything less than 2 ounces. If not, you might start stripping everything off. Now, another key component for you guys is going to be using a dirt trap. I love using dirt traps, especially when I'm dealing with cars like this, because all that filth, leaves, tree sap, filth, grime is going to come back into my wash bucket, and I want to separate everything. So this cyclone dirt trap actually has over 100 cyclonic cones in the back, and up top it has micro abrasives on it, which is going to allow me to get my wash mitt every single time I sink it to the bottom of my bucket. And every time I scrub it out like this at the bottom of my bucket, it's going to cause a suction, and these cyclonic cones are going to sit at the bottom, and it's not going to let the filth and grime rise back up. So I have 2 buckets. I'll be interning the black one into my rinse bucket, and then I'll be interning my wash one, my blue one. I'll be entering the blue dirt trap into my wash bucket. I'll be sinking this wash mitt inside, and then since we need heavy amount of concentration of soap, we'll be adding 2 ounces of soap in there. Now it's time to get to the fun part. We're gonna start off by rinsing down the surface of the car, but I want you guys to see how easy and fun it is to use the brand new Snubby. It's compact, super easy to use, and let me just show you guys something. I'm super excited about this product. Whenever you have a small wand and you have a foam cannon attached to it, it's going to allow you to have full maneuver and control over your pressure washer. Because what ends up happening is whenever you do have a long wand, it might be difficult to get into small cracks and crevices where that wand does not fit, but you still need to clean it. So that's why we came out with the Snubby. So let me remove this, attach the tip. Attach the tip. Whenever you hear the click, it's ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna start off by rinsing down the surface of this car. Yeah, you see? Yeah, so those leaves are not coming off just by rinsing it off. Like, you guys can see that this car has seen better days. But one of my favorite things about the Snubby is it is super light. It does not add fatigue to my wrist. My hose does not get stuck, and rinsing is super easy. Like, check that out. So let's just keep rinsing this car down, and then we're gonna foam it, rinse it, re-foam again, because this car is super dirty. Wow, it doesn't feel as, look, feel this. Just by rinsing it off, it's not grimy anymore. Look. All right, just keep going with the rinse. Okay, so I just finished rinsing it off, and here's a key thing for you guys. Whenever you have a super filthy car like this, obviously these leaves are completely stuck on there. So one thing I don't recommend is getting super close to them. So this is why I'm gonna foam it up and then rinse it off again and re-foam it. So I could allow citrus washing gloss to help me remove all of these leaves that are stuck on the surface of the paint. Because what ends up happening is people get a t-shirt, get an old tissue or something, and they start scraping it, and that will cause scratches and swirls. So I'm just gonna walk over to my buckets. I'll put my pressure washer tip off to the side, the big mouth onto the Snubby, twist the knob all the way to the right, adjust the fan, and let's get right into foaming. So keep it in mind, we're gonna foam it first, then rinse, then refoam. Having suds sit on the car right now, it's already dwelling, letting it sit on the leaves, letting it sit on all the filth and grime that unfortunately couldn't get rinsed off. So that's already helping me out. So I'm just gonna let it sit out here for like 1 to 2 minutes. It's like 80 degrees outside. If the soap does dry up on you, that's perfectly fine. Just rinse it off and continue. It won't cause any water spots. So let's just keep foaming up the car. So I just finished rinsing down the surface of the car, but I want you guys to see this, that citrus washing gloss is already doing its job. It removed anything that is sitting on the surface of the car, like there's no type of beading whatsoever, which means that the car has no longer any type of protection. So now that we removed all the abrasive off from like the leaves, the tree sap, from everything that was sitting on the surface, now all we need to do is just refoam the surface again, and then we will start scrubbing it. So connect my big mouth and start foaming again. Okay, so we just finished refoaming the surface of this car again. Same exact thing. I will remove the big mouth, attach my pressure washer tip just to add pressure to my wash bucket. I'll put my Snubby right there. I'll get my wash mitt. I'll insert my hand, and now just start scrubbing the surface of this car. So you always want to start off from the top. Luckily, this car is not that tall, so I could actually reach the roof without getting a ladder. Go side to side. After a couple passes, you can go to the rinse bucket to remove any filth or grime. I'm just going to flip it over to a clean side and start scrubbing it out. Now, I do have the windshield wipers up, and I was rinsing them off just because, like I mentioned, this car had a thick layer of sap, and what ends up happening is the sap gets stuck on here, and then whenever you turn on the windshield wipers, what ends up happening is you start scratching up the windshield of your car. So you want to avoid that. If you do have any filth, grime, dust on the windshield of your car, do not use your windshield wipers. Get off, use a quick detail spray, spray it down, wipe it down to prevent any scratches on glass. So I'll give it one more pass right here on the side. And now we're gonna go to that bucket so I can show you how to rinse it off. So I put my wash mitt all the way at the bottom, and you guys can see that I am actually scrubbing it at the bottom of the dirt trap. Then once you're done, inspect your wash mitt, just in case if there's abrasives. Rinse it out, go back to your clean water, get some suds, and continue scrubbing the surface of your car. I'm really excited to see how this car actually comes out, because this car was completely filthy. This was the dirtiest car in the parking lot. It's so dirty, we have our photographer behind this camera looking how dirty it is. But I'll just be doing the same exact process, scrubbing it side to side, going to rinse out my wash mitt, and continue this wash. This causes scratches. Let's go rinse. Now we rinse. So now it's time to dry the surface of the car. Even though it looks dry, the water is just dragging on the surface, so I'll be using Loosen Spray Shine. Now this is a quick detail spray, and you could also use it as a drying aid. So whenever you want to use it as a drying aid, be sure to wash the car first, then go to the surface and spray it down. So we get this comment a lot, how do you guys wash in direct sunlight? And that's because we are using a drying aid. Using a drying aid is going to prevent any water spots. I'm trying to hang it on my pocket. It's going to prevent any water spots, any streaks while not only enhancing shine, but some drying aids have protection. So I'm just going to be drying side to side, and like that it helps me remove all the water from the surface of the car. You could use it on glass, you could use it on wheels, you could use it all over your car to get a streak-free finish. So let me just finish drying the surface of this car, and then I'll show you guys the results after I achieved using citrus washing gloss. And just like that, we transformed the shine and look on this Acura. So if you guys want to make your car washing a lot easier, I recommend picking up the Snubby. The Snubby comes with all the attachments you need to hook it up to your pressure washer. It's super compact, super lightweight, and it's super easy to use. As always, any of the products I used in today's video, you can find it at chemicalguys.com or drive down to your local detail garage. But make sure to stay tuned because we have more things to do on this car. We're gonna completely transform it. Anyways, guys, we will see you next time.